Bear left, then bear right. Bear right.
It's grim out. It's the 9th of July, for goodness sake, and it's raining and I've got a coat on, and I nearly brought my woolly hat. Anyway, I'm on my new trip, heading off to the Isle of Wight for 5 nights, 6 days, and as you can see, I've reached the ferry port of Lymington. So I've just been in a cafe for a cuppa. This is the shoreline next to Lymington Harbour. And there's quite a narrow channel where the White Link ferry comes in. I've just looked on the rain radar and there's a whole heap of rain coming in. For goodness sake. And I can just see the name of this boat. It's called White Sun. S-U-N. How ironic.
Take the ferry.
Yeah. On the roof.
On any warm clothes you have before pulling your life jacket over your head, looping the belt around your back and fastening it tightly at the front.
I've made it to the sun deck.
Then sit down.
Just leaving Lymington.
Will direct you to the bottom of the stairs. Leave all personal belongings behind. You'll
Boat
need to
capital of Hampshire.
on board a life raft. Please take off your shoes. On behalf of White Link, the captain and crew wish you a pleasant journey and thank you for travelling on White Sky.
It's still chucking it down, as you may be able to tell. Funny enough, the boat's changed over, so White Sun disappeared. I'm not surprised. And we're now on White Sky. We're still leaving at 12, so they did quite a nifty little routine. But White Sky now is heading across the Isle of Wight, and can just about see it still. And we're just about to crash into this little cruiser here, or it can just get out the way because we're bigger. Yeah, so we ended up on the 12 o'clock one, but that's alright. Had a coffee in a cafe place, and we're just going to go and find a park up. There's a fort not far along from Yarmouth, so I think I'm going to park up there, wait a bit, have a sandwich, have a little walk round, get some fresh air. And then head off to the first campsite, which is again not far away. I think I've chosen that one in the middle, sort of white hull with a grey top, superstructure. Now there's quite a sleek one there, left of it, totally white. Yeah, the White Link ferries are push me pull you boats. So there are 2 fronts or 2 rears. So you get on the front or the back, depending which way you go in, and you get off the back or the front at the other end. He's missed the rocks, so that's a good sign. That's the one going the other way. White light. Where I'm standing is a bit of a wind tunnel, so hopefully you can hear this. Quite diddy ships. There you are. Push me, pull you. White light. Somewhere over there is Yarmouth. Just approaching Yarmouth now. I was going to do a video of Yarmouth Castle, but I've been told to get back to our cars, so I'll give it 30 seconds and then I've got to leg it. So we're coming in right next to Yarmouth Castle, which you can see right in the middle there. We've just come along from the harbour at Yarmouth, and this is the parking place at Royal Victoria Country Park. I think there are walks in the woods. It's an old fort, and there's a few shops, museum, there's a cafe, there's a corner room, and there's a reptilarium and terrapin sanctuary. I'm just going to go to the loo and have a look at the sea. So these were all Victorian forts, built between 1852 and 1855. This one, Fort Victoria, and it was here at Sconce Point to guard the Solent, with Hurst Castle on the other side. We've got the sea, the Solent. Yarmouth just down there. There's a ferry in port. There's a jetty thing here. I think this is an old World War II something or other. Perhaps I should look it up before I start talking about it. Yeah, so that's that way. This is the Fort Victoria that's still here. And it just goes round the corner. So on the other side of the water is Hurst Castle, which I did not so long ago. So all that stonework right in the middle, and the lighthouse, which we can see, is Hurst Castle. And a bit more fort around the corner. Maybe we'll walk along here a bit. I've learned this is called Sconce Point. It's the narrowest point between the island and the mainland over there at Hurst Castle. There's another fort right on the edge around there, which is Fort Albert. So I've had my lunch in the car park. A quick look at the sea. It is still chucking it down. There's just a little track through the woods and back. And I think this rain is due to stay here for quite a while. Ah, lovely. And it's still the 9th of July. I mean, it's mild, I think it's about 18, but it's very wet. So just along from Fort Victoria, we've got Fort Victoria Pier. Don't know how old it is, but you can't get on it. It's a national monument. But the water's pretty clear here. Pebbly beach. Gentle lapping from the boats. Alright, I found some steps to get to the top of the fort. So that's showing the car park and the two walls. There's a little information room here with a ranger. So there's no height barrier at the car park. It is a free car park. There was definitely a van earlier which had its covers on. Whether it had been here overnight, I don't know. Gosh, it does look grey on the screen. I mean, it is quite grey, but good view of Hurst Castle. And the lighthouse, I don't know if you can see that, flashing away. There's a good map showing the footprint. So the barrack blocks, which is that section at the back, are no longer there. The middle bit was the parade ground, which is now the car park, and the barrack block was demolished in 1969. Yeah, you can see the tide against that post. So there's no swimming here. Looks nice clean water, but no swimming because of the tides. And then there's the pier, the ferry in the background. When they abolished the barracks and dismantled it, they kept the original stone from when it was first built. So that's just down here. Victoria, Regina, 1855. And on the entrance to the car park, it just says CCTV. I can't see any CCTV apart from in front of the shops. Doesn't say anything about no overnight parking. Don't know what it says on park for night. Anyway, I'm going to go and find my campsite now. And it's still raining.